Now, there's a rather sensitive story making its way around Weibo. There are multiple posts about the story. However, we've chosen to use the post that cites Yahoo News. It's about 3 Uighur men who were detained in Afghanistan as suspected allies of the Taliban. The men were sent to Guantanamo Bay for interrogation, and although they claimed the men were not part of any terrorism plot, the American authorities found themselves in an awkward situation when China requested them to be handed over to China. The American authorities refused, citing fear that the men would face persecution and torture in China, since the Chinese authorities believed the men to be members of a separatist group. Of the 22 Uighurs in American custody, 19 of them have been relocated to Bermuda, Palau, Switzerland, among other countries. And just recently, the final 3 were accepted by Slovakia. Now, many Weibo users were not happy about the news. Many pointed out that America is actively choosing to sabotage and hinder China's anti-terrorism efforts, and that China should no longer help the U.S. in anti-terrorism activities. And now let's take a look at some of their comments.
I think the Chinese government should now give protection to Snowden because we are afraid that should Snowden after all fall into American hands, he would face persecution and torture. We should thank America. America has contributed greatly to creating and fostering vast numbers of terrorists. But seriously, America is terrible at anti-terrorism. All of their fighting in the Middle East only creates more people that hate them and want to attack them. China should stop all anti-terrorism cooperation with America because America is operating under double standards. Anything that is a threat to America, they pressure us to help them, and anything that is a threat to China is cultivated by America to keep us off balance. Such a horrible country. There are still countries out there that are willing to harbor terrorists against China because China is still too weak.
Terrorism is becoming an increasingly alarming problem in China, and at the same time, it is also a very sensitive topic for discussion. Now, back in October, a terrorist suicide attack was carried out at the heart of Beijing at a popular tourist area. The Chinese government has engaged in cooperation with its neighbors, especially with the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, to gain support for its efforts to combat terrorism.